Oh, ah, hello, listeners. If you can hear me, thank you for setting your comm links to scan. You have successfully found Deep Space Radio. I'm coming to you now from my quarters, where, with the help of some weapons-grade aspirin, I've been attempting to recover from an eventful night out with our Chief of Security, Officer Maxwell, and several of his rowdier comrades. The security team works hard, and it turns out, parties hard as well. But one bad morning isn't going to stop me from delivering the news any more than firing me from my job did. And so, I'm still here for all 7 of you. A bit of a step down from my previous numbers, but if all 6 of you want to know what's happening aboard the ship, then it's my responsibility to tell you. So, here we go. 5. Jeez Louise. In ship news, the Blue Star has reappeared outside our windows, as you can all see with your own eyes. This image from our future is not a welcome one, but hopefully, with time, we can find a way to avoid the genuine article. But as we count down the minutes to our next inevitable destruction, life goes on aboard the ship. What have our passengers been up to as the Cloud Breather leadership deals with the Blue Star? Well, I can report that security has definitely had its hands full with some unexpected mayhem in the cargo bay recently. As if the new drones weren't enough to deal with, Cargo Chief Nix awoke recently with their badge missing. They rushed to the cargo bay to find a passenger named Liren being chased by the aforementioned drones, and what followed was a series of chases and explosions that left our dear Cargo Chief concussed and Liren in custody. Many thanks to all who helped settle this wild situation. Meanwhile, on Deck 2, an engineer by the name of Brooke made a very bad deal to save her friend Emmett. With who? Well, some passing god-level entities, which the Cloud Breather seems to encounter far more than we expected to out here in deep space. These gods created a doppelganger of Brooke who went around destroying all of her friendships. Fortunately, Emmett threatened the gods with banishment, forcing them to drop the deal. Though this banishment would have taken his life, the gods could apparently tell Emmett was not bluffing, and went back on their merry way. And a good thing, too, because Deck 2 has faced its share of hardship recently, with many engineers mourning the recent passing of their colleague Denovis, who was well liked by many aboard the ship. Investigations are still underway to ascertain the details of their unexpected passing. More on this story as it develops. In happier news, Deep Space Radio sends its congratulations to John and Ada on their recent nuptials. This is a partnership people have seen coming for a long, long time, and we know the best is still yet to come for these two mechanically minded whiz-kids. Best of luck with your future together, John and Ada, and if you haven't yet, please treat yourself to a relaxing and enjoyable honeymoon. Perhaps more in line with the Cloud Breather's status quo, however, was a recent encounter between Ear's sister, Sigrun, and many terrified passengers aboard the ship. After stealing DNA from various sources, Sigrun was apparently able to, quote, upgrade themselves, slowly becoming more and more human, less and less computerized, until they finally attacked many passengers and took 10 hostages. Officer Kiwi led an investigation to stop the rogue entity, eventually confronting it on the hull of the ship alongside Spectra, Chloe, Waffle O, Ethan, Althea, Stella, and a revived Ear. The battle culminated in Sigrun being burnt to ash by the ship's thrusters, though they apparently left a synthetic body behind, and we will continue to follow that story as it develops as well. As many of you may have heard on recent broadcasts, our head of science, Professor Bo Lin, has returned to his station on Deck 5 and is now hard at work researching the Blue Star. Though he was eventually convinced to come out of hiding by Officer Maxwell, many of his colleagues noticed an abundance of bumps and bruises covering his body when he made it back. Asked whether Maxwell was responsible for these injuries, Bolin commented, quote, "No, I had other visitors who arrived prior to Maxwell with far less peaceful intentions." It's unclear what he meant, but Bolin is saying no more on the matter, a rare occurrence from our dear professor. Finally, despite our brig's best efforts, local mycologist Saren Ashworth was recently broken out of prison with the help of many accomplices. Spectra, Cade, Stella, Kai, Donovan, and, of course, Postbot Pat all took part in the daring escape, which managed to free the long-maligned victim from their unjust incarceration. Though it now seems Spectra will be returned to the scene of her victory, and not by choice. Thank you all for continuing to listen to Deep Space Radio. Though we recently lack our previous professional polish, we more than make up for it in a willingness to tell the real stories and deliver them despite the fact that almost no one is listening. Continue to set your dial to scan, and I'll be back again very soon with more updates on Officer Maxwell's quest to avoid the Blue Star. Thank you all for listening, all 3 of you. God damn it, really?